I am here making a final video for you. This is about your grades. Alright, so I want to explain how your grades are done so you will have less questions when you finally receive them. You will receive them sometime in July, I'm not exactly sure. But I have finished them and submitted, and you'll receive them eventually when HOSO wants you to. So first of all, let me talk about, here's a breakdown, right? Attendance is at 0 because attendance, I do not control. Attendance is controlled by the system, so we'll go into that later. So there's class participation, which is a score out of 20, all right? So basically, it's however many times you talked and how many chances there were to talk and presentations. So for example, if you were late or absent time and you didn't have a chance, then your score is not going to be the best. This is an example class, by the way, not a real class. All right, project is out of 10. So the way to get 10 points for a project is you do everything I asked, including 15 sentences, used all the phrases that I told you to use, submitted the script, audio, everything else, right? If you did something that you didn't follow the instructions 100%, then you don't get 100%, okay? Homework, this is a score calculated by the online system, okay? Midterm, talked to you guys about that. Final, I sent you your final grades today, and I also sent you your project scores today, all right? This says final grade, all right, but it's not the true thing, okay? The final grade is calculated on the online system. So let's take a look at that, all right? So first of all, I have to talk about, let me put this over here. First of all, I check the attendance on the LMS, all right? The LMS keeps track of your video, how many times you watched the videos I made, and I keep track of your stuff in class. So what I did is I collected the data from the LMS, which is the video data, and this is what it looks like right here. So for example, this student watched 9 of the 11 videos, 11, 11, so there would be perfect, 6, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. This student here would watch 0 of 11, which would be a problem because 10 absences, you can only have 10. I mean, you can only have 9. If you have 10, then you fail automatically. And a student like this, even if they did perfect on everything else, they didn't watch any of the videos, they would fail. So that can really affect your score, all right? Let's take a look at where this goes. So this goes into this thing called M-Class. M-Class has all your attendances on there. I'm not going to go in so you can see. But then this gets submitted to here. What this is your final scoring area. And you see the points here? These are the attendance score points. And then this is the midterm, this is the final, this is your homework, which is online calculation, and this is your class participation plus your project, okay? So your projects were 10 points, your class participations were 20. This is put together, right? And then here are the final scores, right? So it's like that. Now, let me tell you about something to do with the score rankings, all right? So you see a class like this has 11 students, and a class with 11 students has a ranking system. So basically, we can only have 3 A's, 4 B's, and the rest can be C's or D's or F's. So in this situation, sometimes a student who has like a 90 could get a B, or even a 80 could get a C. So let's take a look at how that works, okay? So the ranking system, I do not select students to be number 1, number 2, number 3. I strictly go with the final score that they got, okay? Whatever you earned is what you get, all right? So here we go. So here's like a 97.86. That person would get an A plus, all right? Here's like another 90.72. That would be an A. There's no more 90s in here, so what I would do is I would go to the next highest one, which is an 89.42, and I give them the third A, all right? Now we're off to the B's, all right? The next highest score is 89.08, so they get a B plus. Then 86.54, so I give them a B plus as well, all right? And then the next one's 83.92, which gets a B. And then we have an 82.38, which gets a B. And then an unfortunate thing happens because we can only do 4 B's. We're at 3 A's, 4 B's. The 8th person has an 81.73, so they get a C plus, which is really unfortunate, but that's just the way it works, okay? Now, if your class has less or 9 or less students, then this doesn't happen. So for example, a class like this, which has like 9 students, you can see they are right on the cusp of, one more student would be too much, but they are at exactly 9, and so their scores, and a lot of them have really high scores, so there's a lot of A's in this class. They get exactly what their point says. I don't even control this. The system controls this. So if you have more than 9 students, there's a ranking, and then if you have 9 or less, then it's just whatever score you got. So I just wanted to explain that really quickly and tell you guys about that. These are not real classes. These are fake classes to show you, all right? Now, one more thing. Before you finish everything, you have to do your teacher evaluations. I need you to evaluate my job I did for you. It is very important for, let me open this up. It's very important for my work, and if I continue to be a professor at Hoso University, you control my fate. All right. So anyways, I have submitted your grades. You should get your grades sometime in July, and I hope you guys have a good summer. But one last thing I would like to say is that I'm really, really lucky professor, because honestly, you were the best students. I had a great time. I know not everybody scored like super high points. However, everyone's character and attitude was still really, really good. And we have a couple students who weren't able to pass, but if it was my control, I would allow them to pass, because even though they didn't get the score needed, they were still great. Everybody was great, pretty much everybody, and I really thank you for being great students. You made this semester for me really, really fantastic. And I hope you have a good summer, and if you see me, say hello, and that's it, all right? If you have any questions, you can send me an email. I'm on vacation now, but I'm still here for you, all right? So send me an email or a Kakao Talk message or LMS. I'll check once in a while. I'll check the Kakao Talk right away. But anyways, that's it, and have a good summer. All right, bye.